When doing your street art, is it often planned or is it some sort of freestyle, throw caution to the wind approach?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say street art. I'd call it more graffiti.
Yeah.
Graffiti is more throwing caution to the wind because it's not just an art form. It's a way of getting out any kind of aggression you have towards society out on the wall. It's a tangible way to get that across to people. So it is throw caution to the wind kind of approach, but you always have to watch your back and keep your head on your shoulders when participating in that. So.
Yeah, it's really important, for me anyway, when I paint on other people's things, there's no consequence for me at the moment, and that's what allows me to share that unadulterated freedom with everyone else. Because even though it's not openly acknowledged, it's seen. You know, art is truth, and if you put truth in a cage, it's gonna run wild. It's gonna run wild.
So, do you feel like you get inspired for more graffiti by just seeing actual street art or graffiti, or do you feel like it comes from something you were thinking about in your mind?
Oh no, I mean it definitely helps influence me to get out more when I see more of these like young bucks coming in and painting their shit tags all over the place. It makes me kind of sad, so it makes me want to go out even harder.
Yeah.
Kind of teach them a lesson, like show them like this is the right way to be done, not to create a type of hierarchy, but there are some things you need to know before you get involved in that type of lifestyle, because that's what it is. It's not really an art form, it's more of a lifestyle.
Now, what was the moment where you saw some street art and you said, you know, that's something I want to do for some years ahead?
I mean, there was a few growing up when I was in Trenton. There was the VS crew. There was a couple crews out in New Brunswick that were coming over and hitting pretty hard. I definitely got to give props to this Stu Casso. Casso definitely helped influence me as a street artist or graffiti artist from Trenton, New Jersey. And he does fantastic, almost abstract pieces, but every one of them is gorgeous, and that's when I realized that you could do a little more than just your name on the wall. Branch out from that a little bit, but so he definitely helped influence me a lot.
What have you seen, Bryan?
I'd like to thank Duckman, Gons, Cannon. I want to thank, oh man.
All these writers here.
Yeah. I want to thank people that, you know why it's important to them, because it helps be important to others. I mean, it hasn't even broken through, but as far as art history, like graffiti is going to take the cake, because it never ends. It's the essential human art. It's cave drawn. It's I mean, that wasn't the question.
It's instinctive to go out and paint this shit.
Yeah.
It all looks like shit.
It all
looks like shit. So why not add some color and some life to the fucking city? Whether it be your name or whether it be a fucking character, whether it be whatever the fuck you want it to be.
Yeah. Where's your Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to thank Starman. I don't even know his name, but he's
Starman?
awesome. Starman's amazing. You know Starman? You know the clear star stickers that start showing up everywhere? It's like a star, it's got the face in the middle and the big smiley face. I have one on the window downstairs.
Oh, it's all like silver and shit.
Yeah. They're everywhere. The original Philly man who did the heart with the like empty hole in the middle. I don't know.
That's street art.
Yeah.
It's not graffiti.
Did you ever like any particular cities of street art better than some others? Like, say, Newark has better street art than Irvington or something like that?
Philly has the best graffiti. Philly has the best hands you'll find anywhere. Philly has the most distinctive graffiti culture out there by far. Like, this is where it started. This is where the nastiest, hardest styles are created. So that's what other places try to mimic. You go to fucking Denmark and you see a hand style, a Philly hand style, anyone can look at that and say, that's a Philly. right there. That's a Philly. That dude's from Philly. That's Philly hand style. So Philly by far has influenced me the most out of any city.
Do you ever fear that like particular ideas from your street art will have like a shelf life in which like after say December 31st, like 2012 or 2013, it won't have any meaning when people see it?
See, that's the catch with graffiti. It's a very short term. It has a very short lifespan. You get up and the memory of it is always there. You'll always remember that spot, you know, like Louis getting the Brooklyn Bridge, you know, in New York. Like that stuff will live on forever, but tangibly that's not there. That image is gone and it gets buffed quick, or you get some assholes going over it, and it just doesn't last. But that's why you got to keep doing it, you know.
When do you think like the last time like you were on the rise with like just coming off with something really great? And what do you think like the background of like what was going on in your life was at that point when you were really like on the verge of like doing something amazing?
Like what was I thinking before?
Yeah, like what was like a typical day like for you, like right before something really amazing happened?
Typical day. Typical day for me consisted of getting very drunk and coming up with some of the most ridiculous things I could think of, like facing fears just for the hell of it, you know. No reason. Alcohol helped, drugs help. But I mean, after probably climbing that water tower, this rusty, rickety fucking water tower in Trenton, climbed up that to paint it, all sloshed up. Come back down, my friend fell, snapped his ankle, completely destroyed his foot. I had to drag his fat ass all the way back, take him to the hospital, and right after I did that, someone went over me, a known like legend from that area. So I had to go all the way back up that. As if it wasn't scary enough the first time, I had to do it again. And I had to go up there and make my name like known and be up there. And after that, that's what kept me driving. Like I risk my life for this. You know, I can't say that about a lot of other things in my life. So that's what drives me. That's what drives my typical day of creating my art.
Wow, so it's such an adventure too.
How prolific would you consider your tags and your street or your graffiti identity? I mean, you know, if you had to estimate how many tags have you put in America?
If I were to partake in such acts, I don't think I would admit to it, especially on camera.
Wow.
So I'm gonna have to say 0.
That made me feel like the shadiest person on the
Yeah. What's up with that, man?
Yeah, good call. I guess I...
Never said I did it.
No, but dude, like, tell me what kind of environment makes you feel at home though?
The spot I feel the best is when I'm underneath an overpass on the tracks, walk down the tracks a little bit, a couple miles, grab a bottle of something, grab a couple blunts, you know, some music, and you just hang out down at the tracks with a couple bags of paint, and you have a whole entire wall. Like your canvas is 10 feet by 100 feet wide, you know? You get that whole space to do whatever you want and just express yourself. You got all day to do it, just hang out with your friends and take the hell out of it. So that must be my paradise.
No. Like, what types of doors are you trying to like unlock with like what you're doing in your street art?
I mean, honestly, when it comes to graffiti, I don't really care what other people think, or any kind of criticism kind of fuels me, whether it be bad or good. If people say, yeah, I saw this over there that makes someone feel awesome, you know, but if someone's like, oh, fuck that, this is trash, you know, it drives you even more. You're like, I'm going to show you. It's not trash. And, yeah, I mean, what was the question?
Yeah, that's pretty much good enough.
Okay.
Now, like, I guess, closing things up, We live in a world now where the youth of today now have never known a world without computers. Tell me, how do you think the art world changed with the introduction of the home computer in the 1980s?
Everything's artificial. Like, nothing's real. Everything's photoshopped. You can't even look at a picture of a chick on her profile online without it being photoshopped. Like, all of a sudden you meet her in real life and this girl's got a third arm that she never had in the pictures, and this huge schlong that's protruding out of her stomach for no reason. They just crop that out. So you can't even tell it's real art anymore unless you see it up close and personal. See it even then. I mean, it's helped a lot and helped open a lot of new doors, just knowing that I'm fancy too.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This has been an interview by Nick Perkel interviewing who?
Joe, sometimes the wrong one, Lento.
And
Bryan Snake Man Smith. This man, by far, got the snazziest jacket I've ever seen in my days.
Come here, you son of a bitch.
thank you.
Wait.
3.
No, don't end it yet. My name is Bryan Smith. This is Joe the Raw One Lento.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate everything you do, Snake Man.
Ah.
Okay.